Test, test, test. Testing. Test, test, test. That's a good girl. That's a good Yeti. Yeti. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dusty Hill Farm. I'm sitting out by the pigs this morning, just taking a little break, having a little quiet time, and I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about having animals and the mental state that goes with having animals, at least for me. A lot goes along with it. It's not just a matter of feeding them and being done with them. Let's see our piggies back there, two of them. We learn a lot about taking care of animals through reading, through Facebook videos, YouTube videos, talking to people. If you wait until you know everything there is to know or feel like you know enough to get your animals, you may never get them. It's a constant learning process. What we've done is just kind of jumped into it, and we're learning as we go. Our main goal is just to take good care of the creatures that we have under our care, so that they have a good life and are healthy and happy. Doing that, you have to think about, one, their health. What's involved in keeping pigs or cows or goats or chickens or dogs healthy? It's very easy to take your dog to the vet for their regular checkups, and the vet takes care of that. Making sure the animals are healthy means you have to think about things like vaccines and deworming, and all you've got to do is just read and gather information from reliable sources. There's a lot of information on YouTube, but you always have to think about the source of the information and how reliable it is. Are they just repeating something that they said that they heard, or is it actual fact? So I try to get as much information as I can from very reliable sources. Books, I'm a big reader. About vaccines, our goats, we've vaccinated ourselves, learned to give the subcutaneous injections, which was a little nerve-wracking at first, but we did it. We castrated our little buckling. He's a wether now, and that to me was like, oh my God, we're gonna rid him of his stuff. That sounds so huge, but we did it just fine, and he's just fine. It went very smoothly. Wormers and insecticides, wormers, for our pigs, we find ingestible ones, and put it in something sweet. They'll devour it. We put the ivermectin in a honey bun, and they'll just eat it right up, and you're good to go. But I would recommend finding a vet that will come to your farm if you need them. Establishing a good relationship, so if you have an emergency that you can't handle, you can call on them. Work hand in hand with them when they come out to see your animals. Find out what they're doing. Find out what he or she can teach you that you can do yourself. I find that farm vets are very willing to help you learn how to do as much as you can safely at home. But like I said, don't let it intimidate you. If you let it intimidate you, you'll never do it. You can do this. With these animals that we have out here, a lot more depends on us. We do have a vet, a mobile vet, that comes out and helps us with the harder stuff, but the day-to-day taking care of them is obviously up to you or to us. Feeding them. We make sure that our animals get a high quality feed and get the supplements they need. When I say supplements, I'm talking about things other than their food. For example, the chickens, they get a good layer pellet, but they also get cracked corn, which gives them energy, especially this time of year. That's important. We give them mealworms this time of year. That's more important, where there's less bugs for them to find. They need that phosphorus. And they look forward to when I bring them their treats. They get the mealworms in the morning, and when I go out in the evening to put them away, they know they're getting a little snack. The pigs get a little snack at night. They get their marshmallows, which I know is probably not the best thing for them, but it is a nice treat, one marshmallow apiece. When you take care of animals, you may find out that you are on constant watch or listen to the weather. We listen to the weather forecast every morning, every evening. My constant underlying anxiety is, oh, it's freezing. It's 19 degrees. Is everyone warm? It's 102 degrees. Is everyone cool enough? Can they get shade? And when we first had all these animals, started to make our collection, I found that anxiety to be a little overwhelming sometimes. But the way I've learned to deal with it is I take care of our animals the very best way I know how. That way, my worry goes away. If I can go in the house at night and know this time of year, I know that the cattle have nice, fresh, clean, soft bedding. I know that the goats have plenty of clean straw to bed down in. I know that the pigs have straw in their huts. I know that the chickens are all in where they're safe and where they can snuggle up and get warm. Then the anxiety lessens quite a bit. This time of year, I also find that keeping fresh, clean, unfrozen water for the animals is something that you need to think about on a daily basis, pretty much all day long. I listen to the weather. Today, I know it's supposed to get up into the mid to upper 50s, which is fabulous. That made me so happy because I know I give them some unfrozen water in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I make sure that all of their waterers are full with no ice on them. I can hear the pigs slurping on their nipplers right now, so I know they're getting their water. In the summertime, it's the opposite. You know they have, nothing's frozen obviously, but you want to make sure, you have to keep checking, is it full? Is there plenty? Are the pig's wallows full? Do they have plenty of mud to cool off in? I have found for myself in keeping animals is something that has been my heart's desire since I'm little bitty. I've always loved animals. Thankfully, I have a husband now who has the same kind of heart, and we just love our animals. We don't know everything there is to know about taking care of them. There's so much more to learn. I have a pig back here that we hope is going to be farrowing in the springtime. Good Friday, to be exact, if things work out the way we think they will. So of course now I'm doing all kinds of research on making sure she's the most comfortable she can be, getting her a comfortable farrowing pen so the piglets will be safe and happy. There's a lot to think about, but I guess what my bottom line is that I'm trying to explain is, if you wait to start your animals and get your animals till you feel you know everything, you're never going to get them. You learn constantly on a daily basis, always on the lookout for tips and tricks. And like I said before, if you do the very best you can and you know they're taken care of the best way you know how, then your anxiety lessens. I love having them. There's so much company, there's so much joy. They're so wonderful to watch. Each thing that we have is more delightful than the next to watch. The goats just keep me laughing. They're sweet, they're kind. The cows are always so curious and wanting to know what's happening. The pigs, they just are so sweet. And the chickens are a laugh riot. I wouldn't trade having them for the world. But as I mentioned, there is some anxiety and thought process that has to go into it. You do have to learn enough to take the basic care of them. And then you can learn more as you go. Like I said, about learning about our one pig farrowing, or getting ready to farrow. Hopefully she's pregnant, we're not sure yet. But just keep learning. If this is the kind of lifestyle that appeals to you, you can do this. It's just a matter of learning. Always be learning. We're sponges trying to soak up more knowledge about the animals we have, about the food that we want to raise, and the best way to manage this kind of lifestyle. I hope that this helps you if this is something that you're thinking of doing. Just a few thoughts for you this morning. I don't know if they make any sense to you. They make sense to me. And I'm just sharing with you some of the mental gymnastics I've gone through in taking care of these animals. I'm fortunate enough right now to be at home. I did quit my full-time job. My mother had a stroke and has come to live with us, so I'm her caregiver, and I'm just very, very thankful that I'm able to be at home and take care of her. Some days I stop and think, counting my mother and my husband, there's 42 souls that I make sure they're fed and cared for every day. And when I stop and think about it like that, that's a little bit overwhelming. But just one little thing at a time, and everyone gets taken care of. The outside animals really aren't very difficult to take care of. It's just learning more and more how to take care of them better. Like I said, I hope this helps. Before I sign off, let's take a little walk around and say hi to everybody. Come on, Yeti. I've got my constant companion with me, my boon companion, Miss Yeti. Yeah, there's Miss Meg getting some water from her nippler. And little June in her hut. Come on, Yeti. There's old Everett T. McGill. He's the daddy. And there's April. That's who we're hoping has piglets growing inside. The fact that we hope that she's pregnant means she gets more table scraps. She gets a little bit more food than everybody every day. Just trying to keep her happy and healthy. Oh, these stinking goats are so funny. I don't know if you can see them yet on the hammock. There's Fergus drinking. But I put this hammock in the pasture when we first got the goats because I was going to use it to spend time with the goats, but they have taken it over. That is where they nap every day, every morning about this time in the sun. There's Fiona. Miss Flower. Hi, Flower. I don't know if you can see them back there in the corner, the cattle. Miss Willow and Mr. Titan, they kind of blend into the fence. But like I said, this time of morning, sun's out nice and warm. It's late morning, and this is when a lot of the animals are taking a nap. There are the turkeys and some of the chickens. They love to come down in the old barren winter garden and look for bugs and such. They'll have a not too pleasant surprise in the springtime when we plant, when things start to come up and the electric goes around the fence and they can't get in. But they're enjoying it now. Well, that's us from Dusty Hill Farm this morning. Like I said, just wanted to share a few thoughts, say good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.